Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's English Together. Just chill conversations, simple tips, and real life situations to help you speak better English. Like it's just part of your day. I'm Simon, and Monis is here too. The one who's been quietly experimenting with AI not just for fun, but for actually getting better at English.
Yeah, we all know AI is everywhere these days. News, social media, even your fridge probably wants to chat with you. But real talk. When it comes to learning English, does AI actually help? Or is it just another shiny thing that sounds cool, but doesn't really change anything?
Exactly, that's the question. And today, we're not here to hype AI up like it's magic. We're here to show you with real stories, real examples, how AI can make a difference in your English if you know how to use it smartly. Oh, and later in the episode, we've got a fun little AI segment. Susie, our resident robot, will break down 5 real life phrases you can start using today to sound more fluent. Nothing crazy, no secret hacks. Just real ways to make your practice easier, smoother, and more natural. Let's be honest. One of the hardest parts about learning English isn't memorizing vocabulary or studying grammar rules. It's actually finding someone to practice with. I mean, sure, you can study alone, you can watch YouTube videos, you can even read books. But when it comes to real conversations, to actually using English out loud, things suddenly get awkward. Maybe you don't know anyone around you who speaks English, or maybe you feel too shy to start talking to a stranger. Maybe you're worried you'll mess up and people will judge you. Or maybe, honestly, you're just tired after a long day, and the idea of forcing yourself into a stressful conversation sounds exhausting.
Right? And that's why when people talk about AI, it's not just about technology, it's about something way more personal. Because if you use it the right way, AI doesn't just become some random chatbot. It becomes your practice partner, your patient teacher, your no pressure, no judgment language buddy that's always there whenever you need it. You don't have to book a class, you don't have to coordinate schedules, you don't have to apologize when you say something wrong. You just open your phone, start typing or speaking, and you have someone, well, something ready to practice with you, correct you, encourage you, and let you try again as many times as you need.
And here's the beauty of it. When you practice with AI, you lose the fear. You lose that heavy feeling of, oh no, what if I sound stupid? Because guess what? AI doesn't roll its eyes at you. It doesn't smirk when you make a mistake. It doesn't get impatient if you have to try 5 times to say a simple sentence. It just patiently corrects you or suggests a more natural way to say something and moves on. No judgment, no weird silences, no pressure. Just pure, safe, private practice whenever you want, however much you want.
And that safe space to mess up, that's gold. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, gets fluent without messing up 100 times first. That's just how languages work. You speak badly first, you stumble, you forget words, you mix up tenses, and then slowly your brain starts figuring it out. But if every little mistake feels embarrassing, if every tiny error feels like a huge failure, your brain learns to stay silent instead of speaking. And silence, not mistakes, is what really kills your progress. AI flips that whole thing on its head. Suddenly, mistakes aren't scary anymore. They're normal, expected, even kind of funny sometimes.
And the thing is, when you practice this way, you're building 2 skills at once. You're training your English and you're training your ability to stay calm, stay relaxed, keep going even when you mess up. And that muscle, the confidence muscle, is honestly more important than any vocabulary list you'll ever memorize. Because real English isn't about saying everything perfectly. It's about keeping the conversation alive even when you're fumbling a little bit.
And maybe the coolest part, it's always there for you. Doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. or your lunch break or you've got 5 minutes between meetings. No guilt, no pressure, no feeling like you're wasting someone's time. Just you practicing your English, getting a little bit better every day without even noticing sometimes.
So, yeah, AI isn't here to replace human connection. It's here to create a safe space where you can grow at your own pace. And honestly, that's something pretty priceless when you're trying to build real English skills that actually stick. Before we dive into all the fun stuff today, real quick, if you're wondering where to even start, honestly, ChatGPT is all you need.
Yeah, for real. You can chat with it like you're texting a buddy, practice real conversations, ask it to correct your sentences, or even role play ordering coffee or booking a hotel, whatever fits your vibe that day.
And if you want to practice speaking, not just typing, there's voice mode too. Just hit the mic, start talking, and ChatGPT talks back. Like you're having a real conversation, no awkward setup needed.
No pressure, no judgment, no weird silences. You literally just open it. Say something like, "Hey, help me practice small talk today," and you're off and rolling. Super chill, super easy.
All right, now that you've got your new practice buddy ready, let's dive into how to actually use it smartly and make it a real part of your everyday English. So, you know how I always say I'm your English buddy around here? Well, I guess now you've got two, me and your very own AI sidekick. No offense taken. The more friends on this journey, the better, right?
Totally. And honestly, having a practice partner that's always awake, always patient, and never gets tired of your mistakes, that's kind of a dream. And trust me, we've all had days where we needed that extra patience.
If you're wondering where to even start, honestly, keep it tiny. Tip number one, start one tiny real conversation a day. You don't need to write an essay or hold a 30-minute debate. You just open ChatGPT and you type something like, "Hey, pretend you're a barista and I'm ordering coffee." That's it. Then you actually order. Ask for a coffee. Maybe a muffin too if you're feeling wild. Thank the barista, say goodbye, done.
And don't overthink it. Your sentences can be short, messy, out of order. Who cares? You're not trying to win an English competition. You're just practicing real life talking. The kind of talking that actually happens in everyday life, ordering food, asking for help, small little exchanges that seem boring but actually build your confidence brick by brick.
And here's a little trick to make it even more useful. After you finish the conversation, just casually ask, "Hey, could you show me a slightly more natural or polite way to say that?" And boom, it'll upgrade your English gently without making you feel like you failed. Over time, these tiny upgrades stack up like Lego pieces. One day you'll wake up and realize you're answering people smoothly without even thinking about it.
Honestly, 5 minutes a day is all it takes. One tiny chat, one small win. That's how real fluency starts. Not with memorizing 1,000 words overnight, but with showing up, speaking a little badly at first, laughing it off, and slowly getting better without even realizing it.
All right, here's something that's crazy underrated when it comes to learning English. Tip number two, tell tiny stories and simulate real life moments. Practicing tiny, messy, real life stories. And no, I'm not talking about preparing for a TED Talk. I'm talking about the everyday, totally normal stuff. Like what you ate for breakfast, that awkward thing that happened at work, or why you almost lost your phone at the supermarket.
Exactly. Because the truth is, real conversations are full of little random stories. How was your weekend? What happened to your car? Did you try that new coffee place? If you can answer naturally without freezing, you're already speaking like a real human being, not like a textbook robot.
And ChatGPT is honestly the perfect low pressure place to practice this. You just open the chat and say, "Hey, I want to tell you a quick story about my day. After I'm done, could you show me how to say it a bit more naturally?" And then you just tell it. Mess it up. Forget words, mix up tenses, doesn't matter. It will gently polish your story for you, show you smoother expressions, maybe suggest a way to link your ideas better.
And if you want to make it even more useful, throw in a real world twist. Tell ChatGPT, hey, pretend you're a cashier and I'm buying groceries, or pretend you're my coworker asking about my weekend plans. Practice that short little conversation. That way, you're not just talking about yourself, you're training for the real moments you'll actually face in everyday life.
And bonus tip, if you want to get even stronger, ask ChatGPT to mix things up. Like, hey, act confused sometimes, or interrupt me a little bit, or misunderstand me on purpose. It sounds silly, but trust me, learning how to keep going when a conversation doesn't go perfectly is real world English at its finest.
Because real life isn't a neat little script. People interrupt, people mumble, people change the subject halfway through. If you only practice perfect conversations, you're not ready for real life. But if you can laugh it off, adjust mid sentence, and keep the vibe flowing, that's true fluency right there.
And the best part? You don't need hours, just one tiny story. One quick role play. 5 minutes a day. That's it. Small steps, no pressure. And suddenly one day you'll realize, wait, I'm actually keeping up with the real conversations without freaking out. And that feeling, it's gold. All right, so once you're feeling a little more comfortable typing out your tiny stories and conversations, it's time to level up. And I'm going to be real, this next step feels awkward at first, but it's also one of the biggest game changers you can make. Tip number 3, switch from typing to talking, even if it feels awkward at first. Start actually speaking to ChatGPT. Out loud. Yep, no hiding behind the keyboard anymore. Use the voice mode. Just hit the mic and talk like you're chatting with a real person. It doesn't matter if you stutter or if you say, every 2 seconds. You're not trying to sound perfect. You're training your brain and your mouth to work together. Messy, clumsy, real.
And honestly, the first few times you'll feel weird. Like you're sitting alone in your room talking to your phone and you kind of feel like a crazy person. But if you push through that for just a few days, something amazing starts to happen. You stop overthinking every word. You stop translating everything in your head. You just talk. And talking, even badly at first, is where real fluency begins.
And ChatGPT doesn't care if you mess up mid-sentence. You don't get weird looks. You don't get impatient sighs. You just keep going. You fix yourself if you catch a mistake or not. Either way, you move on. That freedom to stumble, to fix it casually, to keep the conversation flowing without panic, that's what real-world English feels like.
And hey, you don't need to have deep conversations right away. Start tiny, order a coffee, describe your breakfast, complain about the weather. The goal isn't depth, it's consistency. It's getting used to opening your mouth and letting English come out, no matter how imperfect it feels at first.
Because typing English and speaking English are two completely different sports. Typing trains your brain. Speaking trains your reactions, your rhythm, your recovery after you mess up. And that recovery is gold. Even just 2 minutes a day speaking out loud, while you're brushing your teeth, while you're waiting for your coffee, while you're staring out the window, makes your speaking brain sharper, faster, and way more relaxed under pressure.
And that's the magic. One tiny voice chat at a time. No pressure, no audience, no stage. Just you and your English getting stronger together, one awkward, wonderful, tiny conversation at a time. Okay, pause for a second. Before we go any further, we thought it'd be fun to bring in someone special. She's our AI teammate who's way better at explaining natural English than I am.
Yep, she's smart, she's sweet, and she's never afraid of awkward pauses. Here's Susie, with 5 real-life phrases you can start using today in your AI practice.
Hey there, I'm Susie, your slightly robotic but very friendly phrase coach. Since we're talking about using AI to help you speak better, I brought you 5 real life phrases you can use, especially when your brain's lagging, your words are messy, or you just need to sound more like a human and less like Google Translate. Let's go! Phrase 1: Bear with me. Basically, it means, please be patient, I need a moment. You're not giving up, you're just buying time to figure out what to say. Example, okay, bear with me, I'm still trying to explain this. Use it when you're still thinking, or translating in your head, or your mouth isn't quite ready to catch up with your brain. Phrase 2: How do I put this? It's what you say when you're trying to find the right words, like you know what you want to say, but it's not coming out smooth. Example, how do I put this? I didn't hate it, but I wouldn't watch it again. Use this when you're about to share an opinion, explain something tricky, or soften a sentence. It gives you space to breathe and shows the other person you're thinking. Phrase 3: Lost my train of thought. This one's a lifesaver. It just means, oops, I forgot what I was saying. Example, I was saying something about that article and then, yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. Use it mid-sentence when your brain just blanks out. No shame. It actually makes you sound relatable and chill. Phrase 4: Let me try that again. This means, okay, that sounded weird. I want to say it better. Example, wait, that didn't make sense. Let me try that again. Perfect for when you say a sentence that's messy, awkward, or just plain wrong. Instead of freaking out, you just restart. Super useful in both AI practice and real life. Phrase 5: Does that make sense? You're checking if the other person understood you. It's like saying, was I clear? Example, I usually talk to ChatGPT before a presentation, just to warm up. Does that make sense? Use this after explaining an idea, giving an opinion, or even just telling a story. It shows you care about clarity and keeps the conversation two-way. Okay, language hero, that's your phrase upgrade for today. Keep them in your back pocket for your next chat. And hey, if you ever get stuck, you know where to find me. Talk soon.
Thanks, Susie. Okay, so now that you've got some real phrases in your pocket, let's look at how to use AI to build fluency through your own stories. All right, let's pull everything together. If you're wondering what to actually do after this episode, here's your simple, no-stress plan.
First, start one tiny conversation every day. Could be ordering coffee, asking for directions, talking about your cat. Doesn't matter. One tiny real-life chat with ChatGPT.
Second, tell a tiny story once or twice a week about your weekend, about your favorite meal, about why you hate Mondays, whatever. Then ask ChatGPT to show you how to make it sound a little more natural.
Third, when you feel ready, switch from typing to talking. Use the voice mode, even if it's just 2 minutes a day while you're folding laundry or walking to the bus stop. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be real.
Fourth, let yourself mess up. Seriously, make mistakes. Forget words. Laugh about it. Fix it. Keep talking. That's exactly how you get better.
And if you stack these tiny habits, one chat, one story, a little talking out loud, you're not just practicing English, you're living it. Every single day, no drama, no pressure, just steady, quiet progress you can actually feel.
So, yeah, AI isn't magic. It doesn't replace human conversations, but it does give you a safe, friendly, low-pressure space to build the skills that matter. Speaking without freezing, thinking without translating, telling your stories in English, even when you're not feeling ready.
And honestly, you'll never feel fully ready anyway. You just start small. You stay soft with yourself, you laugh at the messy moments, you keep going. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll find yourself speaking English in real life and actually enjoying it.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. If this episode gave you even one small idea or made you feel a little less alone on your English journey, we're so happy you're here. Keep practicing, keep talking, and remember, you're not doing this alone.
And hey, if you want us to make a follow-up episode with more specific practice ideas or deeper ways to use AI for your English, let us know. We love hearing your stories, your wins, even your funny fails. That's what this journey's about.
All right, until next time, stay soft, stay curious, and let's keep growing your everyday English together.